We're back again with the 60, the 30, the 10 and the survivor pick. 4 ways to play, one big weekend ahead. Last week we landed 6 out of 8 on the 60. The quarterback fivefold 28-1 hit for everyone following along on TikTok. The survivor pick landed, Olave found the end zone, and even though Goddard and Matthew Golden didn't get us what we needed, it was still another strong weekend across the card. In the 60 this week, I'm giving you 3 player props I like per game, giving you the opportunity to drop one if it doesn't float your boat. Obviously, 3 props across 4 games raises the pot quite substantially, but with that comes the extra risk of falling short and walking away empty-handed. Remember, with these videos, I'm not telling you what to bet, I'm just trying to give you some extra information so you can bet a little more confidently, and showing you what I'm placing myself. Game 1, the Indianapolis Colts at home to the Tennessee Titans. On form, we've got possibly the best team in the NFL facing one of the worst as they meet at the Lucas Oil Stadium. Daniel Jones 5+ rushing attempts. Daniel Jones has been leading this team to some incredible performances, and we think this week he'll lead with his feet. He's up against the 29th ranked rush defense in the league and has cleared this line in 4 games this season, including each of the last 2. With Tennessee so focused on stopping Jonathan Taylor, we think Jones finds space to steal a few key yards on the ground. Pair that with Gunnar Helm 3+ receptions. He's becoming more and more of a trusted target for Cam Ward, and the big tight end is coming off his best week of the season. In a game where the Titans may be chasing shadows, a safe pair of hands underneath will be essential, and Helm fits that bill perfectly. And finally, Tony Pollard, 10+ receiving yards. The veteran running back isn't getting the snap share he once did, but he's growing into the Titans' passing game. Last week he saw a season-high 6 catches from 6 targets for 43 yards, and we like him to stay involved in the air again. Game 2, Green Bay Packers at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Jordan Love, 2+ passing touchdowns. The heir to Rodgers' throne is still trying to fully convince the cheeseheads that he's the man to take them back to the Super Bowl. Jordan Love needs a big performance, and we think the Packers will have too much going forward, even in Pittsburgh. He's averaging 1.7 touchdowns per game, and while the Steelers have stolen a march on the AFC North, their defense isn't what the record suggests. Pittsburgh pass defense ranks 31st in the NFL, allowing over 258 yards per game, and Love should have the chance to exploit that. Next, Kenneth Gainwell over 18.5 rushing yards. It's not a line you'd have expected to see this low at the start of the season, but after a poor outing last week where he didn't record a single second half carry, we expect a response. He's projected for around 30 yards on 7 carries, and this feels like a number he can clear comfortably if he sees his usual workload restored. And finally, Matthew Golden, 4 receptions. Golden's a player we just can't shake. We like everything about the way he plays, the routes, the snap, the share, the reliability. He makes big catches in key spots. Still yet to find the end zone, but always an option for Love. Against, as I said previously, the 31st ranked pass defense in the league, he should be heavily involved again. Game 3, Cleveland Browns at the New England Patriots. The Patriots, much like the Colts, are having a surprisingly strong season, and a lot of that comes down to the man many are already calling the new Tom Brady, and that is Drake May. Stephon Diggs over 53.5 receiving yards. We're going against the 3rd best pass defense in the NFL here, but we're backing Diggs to keep proving the doubters wrong. He's been delivering big plays at key moments, and with the Boutte train firing over the past few weeks, the Browns won't be able to focus solely on him. We expect 6 to 7 catches, which should see him comfortably clear this line. Alongside Diggs, Hunter Henry, over 3.5 receptions. The big tight end is as solid a safety valve as you'll find, and May looks to him regularly in tight situations. The Browns struggle to contain tight ends in the red zone too, so Henry could be a valuable anytime touchdown option this week. And finally, another Patriot angle, Ramondre Stevenson under 17.5 carries. He's cleared this line just once all season, and with May finding rhythm in the passing game, it's unlikely Stevenson sees that kind of volume here. The Browns' defence is one of the most physical in football, and if the run isn't working early, the Pats won't stick with it. Game 4, Dallas Cowboys at the Denver Broncos. First up, George Pickens over 56.5 receiving yards. Dak Prescott has this offense cooking, and with CD Lamb back last week, the Cowboys are starting to look every bit like a playoff team. It's not Lamb we're going with though, it's Pickens, who stepped up in his absence and continues to deliver. He's cleared this line in 5 straight games, and against a shaky Denver secondary, we think he keeps that streak alive. On the opposite side, Courtland Sutton over 61.5 receiving yards. Sutton remains Denver's main big play threat, the first name Bo Nix looks for when he needs to move the chains. If this one doesn't turn into a back and forth game, Sutton should see plenty of volume and clear this line comfortably. And finally, Evan Engram, 4+ catches. He's not a yardage monster, but he's always there when Nix needs a short route option. 4 or more catches is well within reach again, and we've seen him deliver this line for us several times already this season. So that's the 60 for this week. It's a 4-game Lucky 15 built around form players and value lines across the slate. We've got Daniel Jones running at the Titans, Jordan Love exploiting the Steelers secondary, Drake May feeding Diggs and Hunter Henry in New England, and a shootout forecast in Denver between the Cowboys' smoking hot offense and the Broncos' big play threats. It's a bold ticket with plenty of upside, a mix of steady props and ceiling picks designed to help you bet smarter, not harder. The 30, Anytime Touchdown Treble. First up, Khalil Shakir for the Bills at home to the Panthers at 23-10. The Bills need a bounce-back win, and after a week off, they should come out firing. Shakir's proven this year he's still one of Josh Allen's most trusted weapons, and in a game where we expect Buffalo to go points heavy in, we think the wide receiver finds the end zone. Next, we've mentioned him already, but George Pickens for the Dallas Cowboys against the Denver Broncos at 21-10. We've scored on the former Steeler before, and this price just feels too good. If the Cowboys are chasing the game and need to air it out, there aren't many better deep threats in form right now than Pickens. And finally, to add a little cream on top, Saquon Barkley to score at home against his former team, the New York Giants, at 5-7. It's the biggest price he's been for well over a year, and while he's not firing on all cylinders this season, he still has 3 touchdowns to his name. We think Jalen Hurts will do everything he can to help him make it at least 4 on Sunday. 3 names, 3 chances to hit pay dirt, that's the 30 for week 8. The 10, or the long shot. As mentioned earlier, our 5-time quarterback touchdown special landed last week at 29-1, so we're running it back and trying for back-to-back weeks. Here are the 5 quarterbacks we think can throw 2 or more passing touchdowns in week 8. Josh Allen, Drake May, Jalen Hurts, Joe Flacco, Jordan Love. That's it. Nice and simple. All 5 to throw 2+ passing touchdowns, priced at 22-1. It's ambitious, but we've done it before, and if the stars align again, we could be looking at another big payout. This week's survivor stake is £35 and a penny, going on the Buffalo Bills minus 4.5 at home to the Carolina Panthers. The Bills have lost 2 on the bounce and desperately need a win to keep in touch with the New England Patriots at the top of the division. Josh Allen is always strong at home, and this feels like the perfect spot to reset against a Panthers side that, even though they've pulled off a surprise win at MetLife last week, haven't shown they can hang with a team of Buffalo's calibre. We're backing Allen and the Bills to deliver a much needed statement win and keep the survivor streak alive. So the survivor pick is Buffalo Bills minus 4.5 versus the Carolina Panthers. That's your week 8 bet shuffle lineup, the 60, the 30, the 10 and the survivor pick. And remember to like, subscribe and share wherever you find Bet Shuffle, and let's make week 8 a winning week, especially for the Baltimore Ravens. Otherwise, our season is over. Good luck.